Okay, so the next range we're going to be talking about is another range that's had a lot of changes and tweaks and improvements, and it's very, very exciting, especially at the price point that you can get on this wetsuit. So we are talking about the Dawn Patrol. So in this section, I'm going to talk about the Dawn Patrol and the Dawn Patrol Pro, but firstly, we're going to be talking about the Dawn Patrol. So what's important to know about this is that, as mentioned, 100% of this is working with Osina, is sustainable focused. It's the natural rubber foam alternative to neoprene, which is amazing. Again, comparing this to last year, I think the stretch has improved. I think the rebound's improved. The feel is really, really soft. As mentioned, from the Flash Bomb, E-Bomb, down to the Dawn Patrols, you get the double lined neck for increased comfort, especially on those longer sessions and easy getting it on and off. This is the inside. This is the outside. This is a hooded version as well, which you could get. We'll talk about that. So going through this, again, as mentioned, water-based laminations and the recycled internal jerseys. So it ticks it ticks every sustainable box that it needs to, not just a couple or one, which is great. So the Dawn Patrol changes as well. Last year, this thermal lining here would have cut off. You now get a longer panel running from your chest to the top of your knee, and then on your back, you get the critical flash lining on the bottom lower back, your kidneys, and then you get the thermo lining running the length of the back of your legs. So incredibly warm, great stretch. You've got the E5 stretch throughout. You've got the E5 flash lining with the E4 stretch lining. So great stretch, and as you can see, the critical areas are still taped for durability and performance and stopping those leaks that come in and make you freezing. Very, very good wetsuit. The key thing to be said on this is a sustainable, natural rubber-based wetsuit in a 5mm. The prices haven't changed since last year, which is a massive tick in Rip Curl's box. And for the Dawn Patrol, that's 5mm off the top of my head is 280 quid for a 5mm wetsuit that stretches like this, keeps you warm, dries really fast. The durability on the Dawn Patrols is something to be really looked into as a massive tick as well. They last really well. So great suit. You can use these, the 6mm version, pretty much take on any cold water that you want. The 4mm and the 5mm is really, really great for pretty much every season and every kind of step that you go into those colder waters. So 6mm for your Februaries, 4mm for Aprils and Octobers, depending on where you are. If you're in Scotland, you're going to be 6mm the whole time. And you're probably going to be wanting the hooded option. So the hooded option does come in a 6.4 and a 5.4. Just drop that down there. Great hood. Again, it doesn't squash your face. It's really easily adjustable. It's got the little peak as well. I like the little peak for adjusting the hood as well as for water dropping and running off. Really sleek, clean, chest zip entry. Wonderful suit. Again, it's not heavy as well. This is the 6mm. The 6mm stretches. Look at that. Like, impressive. Really, really, really impressive. The improvements, the tweaks and the improvements that Rip Curl have made to these suits at the price points they are as well is a massive well done. What we'll then move to is what Rip Curl called the Dawn Patrol Pro. So the difference is mainly internally, this doesn't have the flash lining. So this is E5 throughout. This is still 100% the sustainable credibilities that this has. So Osina, natural rubber foams, Incredible stretch again. Does have the critical taping for the performance, the durability, and that warmth profile. But this is really, really strong when you talk about price point. This is under £250 for a 5mm wetsuit from Rip Curl. That, I can now say, is a sustainable, eco-friendly option as well. So you're not paying heaps of money just to help the planet. You're getting a wetsuit that's going to be great for you, help the planet, and help your pocket or your wallet or your purse or your bank balance or all of those. Incredible wetsuit, very, very sleek design. And then what I wanted to point out on the Dawn Patrol and the Dawn Patrol Pro is the color profiles that you can get as well. So a lovely looking sleek black in the Pro, and then in the Pro a couple of other color options you have here. Men's with this really kind of throwback retro logo, which looks really cool. And then women's again, wonderfully branded, a little bit brighter if you're not feeling the blackout vibe on here. And then in the Dawn Patrol, again, really cool color there with the panels. And women's, this print I think is great. And also chest zip and back zip, so you can throw back to the real core back zip days, and you still get great stretch, and this print looks great. Just to also show the level of the back zip, so inside out on the back zip, the lining is exactly the same, and the lining is on the back is on this bat wing. So when the zip gets cold, and if you get if this little protective bit of material folds over or anything like that, you're still not getting freezing cold zip on your back, or if any water does ingress through there as well, it's caught by this and your back is warmed up by that flash line in there. So everything's been thought of, back zip or chest zip on the Dawn Patrol, and price point is a really key part of that. Bang for buck, and for that pound for pound, you're going to struggle to find something that competes or ticks all of the boxes that this does, especially with the changes they brought in for this autumn winter. So that is the Dawn Patrol. Again, another suit that we really back and we really recommend for anyone looking for that cold water wetsuit, that winter suit, 4 freeze up to 6mm hoodeds. So that's the Dawn Patrol range.